We are now talking to Army tight end recruit Cade Anders. What's going on, Cade?
Nothing much. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Unfortunately, our boy over here, Speedy Petey, he has an infatuation of looking at my boxers. So I obliged him.
Don't listen to him, Cade.
Cade, I'm just trying to help him. I'm just trying to help him, man. I mean, I don't know what he likes to look at, but I guess he likes to look at guys in boxer briefs. Anyways, Cade, how are you and your family doing with this pandemic?
We're doing, we're getting through it. It's, it's out of our hands. It's nothing can't control it. It's, it's a part of life now, part of society. So, we're just trying our best to take it day by day until it gets out of here, hopefully. And, yeah.
Well, you know what they're doing here in Long Island. Well, they ran out of masks. So you know what women are doing now? They're buying guys' boxer briefs. Okay, so what they're doing is they're using it as masks. So Speedy wanted to see me in my boxer briefs. So he wanted to see if they actually fit around my legs, so it could fit around somebody's face. I think Speedy wants to borrow one of my old boxer shorts and wear it on his face. It's unfortunate, but somebody's got to do it, and Speedy just likes looking at my wonderful legs. So there you go. Anyways, as you guys know, we are talking to Army tight end recruit Cade Anders. Cade, what was it like getting recruited by Army? When they came to your house and they sat down with you and your family, what really pushed you out of all the different schools that were looking at you? I'm sure there were quite a few of them. What made you decide to go to Army from all the other schools that were recruiting you?
Well, Army, it's, West Point's definitely it's different from every other school for sure. I looked at the opportunity that it sets me up for my life after football. And, that was a big thing to me when choosing where I wanted to go play. And, that was really the decision that led me to Army and made me fall in love with it, was just the opportunity that it holds for me after football.
So, again, was the decision to go to Army a primary thing when it comes to football? Was it your best offer? Because I was looking at some of your other offers, definitely some in the South, mostly Conference USA and Southland teams. But again, Army, obviously the big name team. But again, it involves also being in the military training. Was that something that you prioritize? And also, is it something that maybe runs in the family? You have a family history of the military?
Well, I at first, when this whole recruiting process started picking up, I wasn't really too aware of Army. I knew a little bit about it. I'd see the Army-Navy game come on TV. I just didn't know too much about it in depth. And when I started talking to them, I did my research, and I just figured out that it just had so much to offer for me, and that really sparked my interest. And from there on out, I just fell in love with them. And I'm glad they talked to me, because I didn't know much about them, but I'm glad they did. But on your other question, my cousin is a West Point graduate, and so when I found out more about him, I'd call him, talk to him about West Point in general, and he pretty much gave me the total perspective of West Point.
So, Cade, tell me a little bit about Tifton, Georgia.
I'm sorry,
Tell me a little bit about Tifton, Georgia, where you come from.
Could you repeat that?
He asked you, tell us a little bit about Tifton, Georgia.
It's a pretty decent sized city. It's really far down south. We're about 2.5 hours south of Atlanta and about 45 minutes to an hour north of the Florida border. And it's down here in the south. It's hot. It's rainy. And but I love living here. It's awesome.
Now, is that SEC country? You're a University of Georgia fan?
Yes, sir. It is.
So, who are some of your favorite players that you've watched over the years? Are there tight ends, or is there other positions that you like?
Well, growing up, I never really played tight end until about my sophomore year. That's when I got moved to tight end. But before that, I love Todd Gurley. He's just a great. For Georgia fans, everybody loves him.
I know his agent. I'm actually friends with his agent. So I never got to meet Todd Gurley, but I know his agent, so that's a good thing.
But, as I started growing into the tight end position, I started picking up and watching, that position.
Where are you? Are you in your house? Are you outside your house? That's nice. That's a nice background.
I'm in my house. I've never really had a big service issue.
Yeah, well, that's all right. That's all right, man. We're good. As you guys know, we are talking to Army tight end recruit Cade Anders. Now, Cade, when you look at the tight end position, there's a lot of great tight ends in the NFL. You've watched Gronkowski, Tony Gonzalez, who just retired a couple of years ago. You have so many different athletic tight ends that played other sports in high school and college. Was there any other sports that you played in high school that you were good at besides football?
Yes, I play basketball, and I also throw the shot put for the track and field team.
I could tell these tight ends that we've interviewed some of the best recruited tight ends in the nation. We've actually interviewed, I think, 4 or 5 of them in the top, I would say top 50 in the country that were just recruited and just picked their colleges. So tell us something different and unique about yourself that other players or other people don't know about you besides your family.
I believe I'm a great run blocker. My early years in high school, I didn't really get the ball, and I was mainly used as a blocker at the H-back position. I got a really tough O-line coach, so he pushed me hard in that run blocking, and so that's definitely what I think sets me apart, and something I take very serious is in the run blocking.
So you're entering now Army now, which the Army-Navy rivalry is definitely one of the more unique ones in college football and one of the oldest ones in college football. What do you know about that coming in, and where do you think it stands among those rivalries? Just being so much running, there's barely one pass a game type thing. Where do you think it stands among that, and what are you most looking forward to about it?
Oh, it's a great game. I think it's a top, if not the top or best rivalry in college football. Just along with the history and the clash of military academies, and it's just definitely a game that everyone loves to watch. It's got a great culture and uniqueness to it. I usually always watch it every year with my family, and it's just something that we look forward to. Just the rivalry and just the culture of that game itself, I believe, sets it apart from every other rivalry game.
We are talking to Army tight end recruit Cade Anders. Now, Cade, I've been watching football since I was 5 years old, and a lot of these players are behemoths now. You're talking about some of these guys are like 6'8", 360 pounds that play college football and they go into the NFL. When you look at your size and your ability and what you can do, not only but as a blocker or a tight end in the open field, what stands out to you as a tight end now in the game going into college football from high school football? What stands out the most?
Well, like you said, the players now are getting bigger, faster, stronger. I'm pretty big myself, but I'm not as close to all these other people coming up. But I believe that I'm a competitor, and I know the game of football really well. My dad is actually my head coach, and he's been coaching in college for about the past 25 years. So I believe my football IQ just kind of sets me apart, as long as my competitiveness.
Now, I've asked all the tight end recruits we've had this question. Can you see in the future the tight end position surpassing the wide receiver position, whether it's college football, whether it's the NFL level? Can you see it surpassing the wide receiver position in terms of value or overall importance?
Well, I'd love to see that happen. It's tight ends are great athletes. They got to be able to do it all. But I definitely could see it happening. I watch these NFL teams like the 49ers, and they just the use of their tight ends and fullbacks, sets them apart from other offenses in their own way. But yeah, they're the best athletes on the field, so I could definitely see it happening.
Cade, are you a dancer?
I'm sorry?
Are you a dancer? Do you like to dance?
You said?
Do you like to dance? Like boogie, boogie down to the Bronx. Yeah, dance.
No, I'm not. I'm not a dancer.
No, you're not a dancer. But we're doing this dance off with all these recruits, and I would love to put you against Turner.
No. Oh yes.
I would love to put you against Turner. being that he's from Navy, he's a linebacker recruit, and you're a tight end recruit from Army, I think that would be funny. He's not much of a dancer, and either are you. That would be a funny matchup. And we're actually doing like this round robin playoff where we're going to have different recruits from different parts of the nation, different colleges to dance off against each other. You pick 3 of your favorite songs, and you dance for like a minute and 20 seconds. And we kind of mix the videos together, and we put them together, and we see who wins. And we'll have a voting. And at the end of this whole competition, we'll have one winner and one big prize.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely embarrass myself.
So what? That's the whole point of this.
Errol thinks Patrick will too, apparently.
Patrick will too. I mean, I get harassed by Patrick every single day, okay? I get harassed by this guy. Ever since I told him that the Dallas Stars were going to get eliminated by the Calgary Flames, this guy has had it out for me. So he has been absolutely harassing me through text messages, telling me, oh, what do you think about my Dallas Stars now? We're up 2-0. Da, 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 da. So I love the kid. He is hilarious, and I think that you guys are good kids, and it's different because when you talk to kids that are like twice the size of you and you're like twice the age of them. I mean, I'm 38 years old. You're like 18 years old, and you're probably around 6'4", 225, 230 pounds. Am I right?
Yeah, that's about right.
You see that? So, and I look at you guys. You guys are behemoths right next to me, and I look at you guys. And I'm like, damn, why didn't I get that big? It's just, I mean, I was a good athlete too, but I'm not 6'4", 230 pounds. But nevertheless, when you look at the speed of the game and the transition from high school to college, what stands out the most from the rules from high school to college football?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a big jump from high school to college. Growing up, I've always been on the sideline watching college football games. My dad being a coach, definitely just when you make that jump to the next level, it's a tremendous change. So, everyone on the field is an athlete. Everyone on the field is good, and it really brings out the technique in each player. And but it is definitely much faster.